walking in that Walmart to another Walmart to find exactly what you're looking for. Mm-hmm. And then when they went out a little farther, and he got through trying to come up with reasons and excuses and reasons and excuses and reasons and excuses. When you drop your reasons and excuses and your reasons and excuses and your reasons and excuses and realize that it's God that's dealing with you, that you're in the process of the Lord, then you just do like this, you just do that. He just said, okay, well, just to show you, I'm going to throw down my net. He said, well, I want you to drop. He said, I want you to drop your net for a drought. Now, this is what the Bible said. I want you to drop your net for a drought. I mean, the drop what you're doing. Drought in the Bible means I want you to drop for a service, for a serving, for a serving, for a serving. I understand the word serving. I mean, I want you to drop what you're going through and what you're doing. Okay. I want you to stop worrying about your situation, about what's going on around you. Forget what's happening. I want you to drop all that. I want you to come for a serving. Mm-hmm. Right now, if that's you today, sometimes you just gotta get up. If you're able to get up and go. I want you to drop your net, being your circumstances, and come to church for a service. Mm-hmm. Don't have to be this church, any church, your church, whatever church you're a member of. If you don't have a church home, if you're not under a pastor or a church home, and you're looking for a good church home, we're a Deliverance Temple. We're a Soul Deliverance Temple. Mm-hmm. Right here on 14th Way in Bessemer. Now, when he did this, a multitude of blessings started coming. Peter say he's giggling, and by this time you can understand he thinking that he outsmarted the man. He thought that he outsmarted Jesus. He thought that he was finna show him up. He thought that he was finna show God up. How could you show God up? He throw his net out there, giggling and giggling. I'm gonna show you we ain't finna carry nothing because I done fished this lake. Right? I did all this pondering and wondering. I couldn't come up with nothing. But Jesus, okay, well, just drop it. Drop your circumstances for a drought, which means drop what you're going through and come for a service. There are a multitude of blessings had enclosed the net. And right then, the circumstances broke the situations, and his situation changed. That means that his net got so full. The Bible said that he felt a tug on the net. He felt the net tightening up. He felt his boat being shifted and pulled. His laughter and giggling turned to what? His skepticism turned to amazement. He couldn't believe what was happening to him. He had to pull up on the net. It said that when him and his two brothers got to pull up on the net, they couldn't pull the net up. When they got the net to the boat, it said it had so much into it that he had to call to the other boats for help. For them to help him pull, not just to load the boat, but just to help him pull the net up out the water. That's how many blessings that was in the water. For just that turn, the situation that he was going through, that all the stuff that he was complaining about that he didn't have, and it's something totally different. Now, I'm going to be closing in a minute. I just want y'all to get this understanding that he changed his situation and it's something different. You know what I'm saying? He changed the situation and he changed the circumstances into a whole new situation. And then out of nowhere, his phone started ringing. Now, if you just stop what you're doing and understand the blessing God gives you, all the phone calls that you made that people wouldn't answer the phone, they start calling you. They're going to start calling you. Mm-hmm. I mean, he started getting a whole lot of phone calls. Okay. They were calling so fast, he couldn't even answer. Mm-hmm. All the doors he had knocked on, he had to worry about them doors because new doors started open. You know what it says? Well, God closes one door. Another one opens up that no man can close. A door started opening up. that he didn't even knock on. He was not only able to walk on a car lot, he drove one home. I'm talking about the car he wanted to drive. And he started, and the jobs he applied for, they start offering him jobs. They had so much thing coming down. He had offered his friends. The Bible said he had to call over the other ship to help him load fish in that boat to bring the boat back in. You understand? They said when they filled the boat up, they say Peter was so doggone amazed and excited that he looked at Jesus and said, "Get thee." He said, "Get thee from me." Peter said, after all this thing that had happened to him, that depart from me, for I am a sinner. Now think about it. Peter already knew he wasn't no good. Why would this man all of a sudden pick him out of anybody to bless in such a way? See, Peter already knew, but Jesus had already knew all that. But he's trying to show Peter, if you just believe in me, if you just understand what I can do for you, all that stuff that you think that you're going through ain't yours to be going through no more. Mm-hmm. Jesus said, fear not, because if you follow me, if you stop what you're doing, stop worrying about what's going to, start getting into a church home, start getting on somebody to teach you the word, start being with somebody that's there for you, start allowing them to minister into your life, stop being around negative folk and start being around folk that lift you up positively, start involving yourself in groups that are going to mentor into you to be your best you. We're used to people that having us be our worst us, that we have got comfortable with being our worst us. We thinking our worst us is our best us, when our worst stuff is hurting us. Mm-hmm. And if you just stop what you're doing and just follow me, meaning that if you just stop following the people that you're with in the world that you think is good for you and follow me, then I'm gonna make sure that all this that you have just seen, you're gonna be able to do this here and more. Mm-hmm. He said, you're gonna be fishermen of men, meaning you're gonna be able to do this and more. This is just a little thing of what you can do if you just follow me. Mm-hmm. You just come to church and get some understanding of what I'm trying to give you. If you just let God minister into your life and be a part of your life, then you'll know what God is trying to do for you. You can do a lot of things in the Lord. Now, and to show Peter, he said, I'm going to make you a fisherman of men. Now, he ain't tell Peter, you know what I'm saying, sooner or later you're going to be able to capture somebody. Now, he calling Peter. You know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of people say, you know what I'm saying, I was called into the ministry. You know what I'm saying? I was called to do works. God called John and James too. He called the people in another boat. Matter of fact, right now, God is calling you. He might not be, you might say to yourself, but he ain't calling me to know, but he's calling you into a church home. Mm-hmm. He's calling you to be a part of a body of Christ. He's calling you to come into the church and worship. He's calling you to come and follow him. He's calling unto you. He's finding you where you are right now and telling you, if you just take your mind and walk away from your situation and your circumstance, I'm going to change your situation to a whole nother circumstances. Mm-hmm. And your whole new circumstances, they're going to put you in a whole new situation. Mm-hmm. Just let God minister unto you. God have called a lot of you. Just follow what he says. And God showed Peter right there. He went line called right that day. They said when the boat came in. Mm-hmm. He didn't say they came in later on that evening or early the next morning, right after they got through putting the fish up. If you could imagine in this passage, about it right then immediately, they left that boat sitting right there on the harbor, full of fish. Peter didn't even go home. When Jesus walked off, Peter followed. And when Jesus told Peter that he's going to be a fisherman of men, just because God blessed Peter, God blessed Peter, just because God blessed Peter and delivered Peter from what Peter was going through, Peter blessed John and James. Delivered John and James from what they were going through. John and Jane didn't go home either. Because when Peter left to go with Jesus, John and Jane left too. They left all. They left all. Their friend, their mom, their pop, their house, their dog, their cat, their cattle. They was amazed by if this man could do this for him, what wonderful things could he do for me? Now, this explains how Peter found himself sinking in Matthew 14, 21-33. I'm going to say it, then I'm going to come to a close. Because I said I didn't want to be before you long. I just wanted to meet some people where you at. I want to bring you out some things that you were feeling you were going through. God laid this on my heart because it feels like God has been dealing with you all for a while. There's somebody out there God has been pulling on to get you to drop your circumstances. And just follow him and just come to him for a service. If this ministering to you right now, I want you to understand where we're at right now. Mm-hmm. I want you to understand where you're going right now. Mm-hmm. God has a plan for your life. That plan for your life cannot be fulfilled. It cannot go through without you. You are the starring role in a strip God has written just for you. You are the star of this play God has written. This play cannot be produced if you are not in it. He wants you to come into his service. He wants you to find you a good church, Bible study, church home. Come to church for a while and let God do some things for you. Because when you see the wonderful things that Jesus has done, when you actually study and read the wonderful things that Jesus has done, then you're going to want more. You're going to want to come more. You're going to want to do more. You're going to want like Jesus in your life a whole lot more. Say, Peter has seen Jesus do so many things since that day he found him. He's seen him heal. He's seen blind men see. Peter seen lame men walk. He's seen people that just could not do for themselves do better. He witnessed and watched a woman being healed without being talked to. He seen a dead raised from the dead that ain't even been walked over, ain't even been prayed upon. Just the word of the Lord have risen a man from the dead. Peter seen all this thing. So when it came to the boat situation, where everybody else was scared to go, where everybody cluttered up in fear, Peter has seen so much. He said, "If it be you, Lord, bid me to come unto you." Jesus, knowing that he had chosen Peter, he had found Peter, and Peter came to be a good wood. Peter was the type of wood that he could build a house out of. Peter was good cement, meaning he was that good kind that he could pour out and make a good foundation out of. Peter was that good soil. He knew that he can plant a seed in, and that seed to come to harvest in. Peter said, "If it be you, Lord, seeing all that he has seen, bid me to come." Once Peter came, though, Peter still had not let go. He partly let go, but had not let go of that situation. Once Jesus seen that he had not let go, Jesus reached out and he saved Peter. Now, if you're in that situation where you have seen Jesus do some amazing things, but you're still unsure, if you have gone through your life and you have seen Jesus do amazing things for others, and you wonder how come it not happened to you, reach out and hold on to him. Reach out and come unto him. Let God be what he is for everybody to you. Let God pull you to the side and tell you to walk away from your situation. Let him hold on to you for a minute, turn to you and tell you to go out a little further. Do a little more. Let me minister and be part of your life. Don't just say that God is the head of my life, but you go on and do other lives with other people, and you leave God at home. Don't just take God home with you, not understand the fact that God has a home. It's called the church. Let God be who want to be with you. Let God render to you what he gonna be. So you can find yourself walking out on faith, stepping out on God. You can step out of that boat You can step out of that circumstances onto the water. You don't have to fear for nothing. You won't have to sink. You won't have to look back and find the wind boisterous. You won't have to sit around and find your problem tugging at you. You don't have to sit around and find old friend that wants you to come back out into the world. You'll be able to overcome those because Jesus is going to reach down and he's going to save you and tell you why. Why did you have to look back? Why did you have to doubt? Why do you hold on to them things? Let those things go. Embrace your new. I've preached before and I've said, God don't fix shattered. He fixed cracked. He mend. When it get to be shattered, God replaces. Let God replace what is shattered in your life with something new. He said once it become new, once you become a new creature, he said once you become a Christian, you become saved and you become in Christ, you become a new creature. And all old things are passed away. Now, if you're with me this morning, and we would love for you to subscribe so you can get more content and what go on. We would like for you to hit that bell button so you will be notified every time we air. I want you to be subscribed. I want you to be modified and down with what we're going into right now. If you have anything that you want prayer for, if you have anything that you want to ask God for, and you need combination of hand-holding prayer words working with you. If you want to be a part of this ministry, just leave a comment down at the bottom. And I promise you that all your comments and your questions will be answered. This is Pastor Mufasa coming from you from Soul Deliverance Temple. And I'm glad that you had the opportunity to be among me and with me and among those that are in attendance right now. May God bless you and your family and all that are with you this morning. And come back. You know where we are. You know who we are. And we would love to see you coming. God bless you.